Louisville City coach John Hackworth, John Michael Hayden. We've got the 502 Derby coming up on Saturday. Kickoff time, 502. That's clever. But it'll be 502. It'll be hopefully an annual event. And we'll get started with opening statements from the coaches. Coach Hackworth, would you like to kick us off?
Sure. I just think it's a wonderful opportunity for our community to really celebrate two very good soccer programs in this community. Hopefully this will be the first of many of these type of games. And you know, there's lots of reasons why I think it'll be good for us on Saturday. Our last preseason game, won against one of the best college teams in the country, in one of the best facilities, if not the best facility in the country, a place we're very fond of since we happened to raise this trophy there last November. So just looking forward to it. I want to thank the university and John Michael for hosting us, and we're just absolutely thrilled with it, and hopefully it'll be the start of something great.
Yeah, no, just reiterate the same statements. I mean, this is a local, this local community to come out and support two quality teams is phenomenal. You know, as soon as I stepped into this position as head coach, I said, you know what, why not? We should be playing Louisville City. So I think it's a great opportunity to showcase some two good teams. For us, we've been kicking each other for 6 weeks. We had a spring game this past weekend and against SIUE, which was great. But to go out and play another opponent, a quality opponent, is really good for us and just the growth of our team. So looking forward to it.
Hack, you had Jeffrey D on as a trialist, so what is it like to have the kind of integration between University of Louisville and Louisville City FC, and perhaps even have, like you want to start an academy system here in town, have a potential feeder system of good talent at the university?
Yeah, I think it's just another way that we can connect, really. And Jeffrey D is a great example of that because he's on trial with us, and we're hopeful that we're going to be able to give him an opportunity. He'll be representing us on Saturday in his old stomping grounds. He's just one example because I think this community has developed some talented soccer players, both that have played at the university and now play for us, and we need to continue that growth. I know there's some young kids that John Michael's looking at that, you know, hopefully he'll get an opportunity to play college soccer, and if that pathway to reach a professional contract is through the university, that means we get to see them, and just the relationship that we have. I mean, John Michael was the first one I called about making sure that Jeff was a player that we should look at, and his comments and opinions allowed me to make a better evaluation on Jeff as a player and as a person.
For both coaches, what did your teams individually get out of playing the game like?
I'll let you start.
Yeah, no, like I was saying, for us within the spring, again, 6 weeks, we really don't have an opponent. And then we play SIUE this past weekend, which is awesome, and then now we're playing Louisville City. I mean, the game is the teacher for us. You know, we take and say, okay, these are some things we've tried to work on, and now in the game it happened. Can we apply some of the tactics? So, you know, we've been working on some things. We want to see within the match those things come out that we've been focusing on. So certainly against an opponent, quality opponent, now we get to see kind of where we're at. So it's a phenomenal opportunity again.
For us, it's our last tune-up match before we get real. Our preseason, like John Michael said, has been long, and we've been trying a lot of different formations and systems, and trying to make sure that our principles that we think are going to lead us to success this season are implemented. At the same time, this is our last test, so we get to play against one of the best college teams, and in my experience, playing a high-level college team against a pro team is difficult. There's a lot of emotion. There's a lot of this is a game for those college players that they're not going to get very often. And for our guys, we have to make sure that we're concentrated on us. But it's a great test because there's quality, there's energy, there's motivation that is nothing you can really quantify. But it's real, and it will be a good opportunity for us to be battle tested before we go into our first game.
How much of an advantage is it for you to have a top-level program just right down the street that you all can have games like this and be able to push each other a little bit?
Yeah, and in every possible way, it's an advantage. We get the opportunity to see some of the best players, not only in scouting games here, but then in these kind of opportunities, we'll scrimmage them, and hopefully, like as an example, a player that comes out of the program and wants a professional opportunity, like Jeffrey D, will have a nice, easy pathway to go across town and apply his trade professionally.
I'd like to just say something along the lines of for our guys too is when we play against professional players, professional teams, now it says, okay, where are we at? You know, individually, like they're here, we want to get there. So now they can, you know, kind of take a look at and say, how much better do I need to get in order to get to there? So it's a great opportunity in that aspect as well.
Coach Hackworth, the last few preseason games, you've had the same sort of starting 11. Do you expect to have that same situation of the starting 11, and do you want to run them out 90 minutes, you know, a last kind of tune-up before North Carolina, or are you going to change the whole team at halftime at 60 minutes?
It's a good question. We have kind of scripted out through this whole preseason what we want to do in terms of minutes, and this being our last and final tune-up, we need to see as many guys go as long as they can. But we do have some players that we still want to give opportunities to. You know, when we get into our season, we only have 3 changes, 3 substitutions, that's it. So we need the bulk of our guys to be able to play 90 minutes. We think they are, but nothing like playing an actual game. And this game I think will be special because I think you're going to get fans of ours and Louisville City, but you'll also get fans of the university, and you're going to have an interesting mix there, and it's going to make for an environment that has a real feel for it, a true game. And that's all part of it when you're trying to go through preseason games, because there's going to be on the line some egos, some bragging rights, if you will, in our city. That's just the reality about it. And look, I'm not trying to say, hey, the result is what matters, but the performance is what matters for us, and it's an opportunity for us to be tested against the quality side and get some of those minutes that we need to get under our legs before we start for real.
Any more questions?
Did you all sample the beer?
Not yet, no.
Not yet.
Coach Hayden, can you speak to Ken Lola's influence on you, taking the helm from him?
Yeah, no, he's an unbelievable mentor and helped shape my own career. I've had some past coaches that I've worked with that I admire, but certainly Ken's one that's way high up there. I mean, you look at the program and what he's built over the 13 seasons that he was here, and kind of just where it's at, and to now step into the role and be able to work with some of the players that he and I helped bring in recruiting wise and things like that, and build on that culture is again, back to it, it's a phenomenal opportunity for myself, for the university, for the program. So can't thank him enough.